In this video, we'll be taking a look at 3 NBA games happening on February 23, 2023, and providing you with free team picks and total picks for each one of those games. So 2 picks for each game, 6 picks in total. Welcome back to Cash Out Sports. Let's dive right into it. Oh, and don't forget to subscribe and to click the bell icon to get notified as soon as these videos get released, so that you have more time to plan out your bets as we provide these videos on a daily basis. I can guarantee that you'll have all the important information that you'll need on these 3 NBA games after fully watching this video. One more thing before we start. If you would like to gain access to our best exclusive betting picks to take your sports betting journey to the next level, then check out our Patreon in the link down below, where we offer our best bet single picks, best bet parlay picks, and much more. Now let's get started. Memphis Grizzlies versus Philadelphia 76ers. The Memphis Grizzlies will be going for their second consecutive win when they face the Philadelphia 76ers on Thursday night. The Grizzlies are coming off a 117-111 win over Utah as 11.5-point favorites. The 76ers are coming off a 118-112 win over Cleveland as 1.5-point favorites. Memphis is 6-4 in its last 10 games against Philadelphia. Looking at the betting trends, the Grizzlies are 2-5 against the spread in their last 7 games against a team with a winning record, 1-6 against the spread in their last 7 road games, and 4-10 against the spread in their last 14 games overall. The 76ers are 20-6 against the spread in their last 26 home games, and 4-0 against the spread in their last 4 games overall. Head-to-head, the over is 7-3 in the last 10 meetings overall. The Grizzlies are 1-5 against the spread in the last 6 meetings in Philadelphia, and the Grizzlies are 4-1 against the spread in the last 5 meetings overall. The Grizzlies are shorthanded again as Steven Adams is still out with that knee injury, while the 76ers are keeping an eye on Furkan Korkmaz, who is listed as day-to-day. The Grizzlies are starting to build some momentum after a tough stretch, but they almost blew a big lead against the struggling Jazz in their last outing, and I still believe they are a much weaker team without Adams in the paint. The 76ers are coming into this one as one of the hottest teams in the league, and they are a solid 20-6 against the spread in their last 26 home games. The Philadelphia 76ers have been money this season straight up and against the spread at home, where they've covered 21 of 31 tries. The Memphis Grizzlies are 9-19 against the spread on the road, and they lose in the underdog role by an average of 13 points and allow 49% shooting. The line is reasonable, so the Philadelphia 76ers to win and cover the spread as favorites is our full game side pick. After the All-Star break, I do expect a bit of rust and shots not to fall early on. Although Philadelphia is 33-23-1 in hitting the over, which ranks second, Memphis is 30-25-2 in hitting the under, while on the road, the Grizzlies are 16-12 in hitting the under. Memphis is playing at a pace of 104.3, which does rank second, but their offensive efficiency ranks 20th, while the 76ers are playing at a pace of 99.7, which ranks 25th. Finally, in the Grizzlies' last 5 games, the games are averaging 219 points per game, while Philadelphia's last 10 games are averaging 216 points per game. New Orleans Pelicans versus Toronto Raptors. North of the border, we'll get to see 2 teams currently clinging to a play-in spot, as the New Orleans Pelicans are in Canada looking for a season sweep of the Toronto Raptors. The first meeting was way back in November, a game that the Pelicans won by 18, easily covering the spread. With 234 total points, the over also hit with plenty of room to spare. This will be the first game for both teams after the All-Star break. New Orleans holds the 7th seed in the Western Conference, 1.5 games over the 11th seed, with 23 games remaining. Toronto also has 23 games left and holds the 10th spot in the Eastern Conference, 2 games ahead of the 11th. Each game is becoming more critical, so when these teams butt heads in Scotiabank Arena on Thursday, there will be plenty at stake. The Pelicans are 1-4 against the spread in their last 5 Thursday games and 1-4 against the spread in their last 5 road games. The Raptors are 7-3 against the spread in their last 10 home games. The over is 26-12 in Pelicans' last 38 Thursday games. The over is 6-2 in Raptors' last 8 overall. The Pelicans are 5-1 against the spread in the last 6 meetings in Toronto and 5-0 against the spread in the last 5 meetings. The Pelicans are going to be shorthanded once again as Zion Williamson and Dyson Daniels are both out, and Larry Nance Jr. is listed as day-to-day, while the Raptors have plenty of good news with Gary Trent Jr., Thaddeus Young, and Og Anunoby all expected to return to the lineup. Both teams are coming into this one with a bit of momentum. The New Orleans Pelicans have been shaky since Zion went down, but they entered the break playing decent ball, and you can argue they're the more talented team overall. The Toronto Raptors have injuries of their own, and they're not blowing teams out these days, winning at home and as favorites by an average of 2 points. So the New Orleans Pelicans to cover the spread as underdogs is our full game side pick. On the road and without Williamson, the Pelicans' offense hasn't been the same. Meanwhile, Toronto's defense is getting a big boost with Anunoby, TRN Jr., and Young healthy while their offense often struggles at times to knock down shots. The Raptors are playing at a pace of 100.1, which ranks 24th, while their offensive efficiency ranks 13th, while New Orleans is playing at a pace of 102, which ranks 15th, as I expect a slow-paced game and both teams to be a bit rusty after the break. Finally, in the Pelicans' last 5 games, their games are averaging 223 points per game, while Toronto's last 10 games are averaging 226 points per game. Under the projected total is our full game total pick. San Antonio Spurs vs. Dallas Mavericks. The San Antonio Spurs travel to the Big D to take on the Mavericks of Dallas on Thursday evening. The Spurs record is at 14-45, while the Mavericks are 2 games over .500 at 31-29. The Spurs are a whopping 22 games back of first place Memphis, while the Mavericks are only 5.5 games back of the Grizzlies in the Southwest standings. When these teams met on New Year's Eve, Dallas snuck out a 1-point win over San Antonio, 126-125. Looking at the betting trends, the Spurs are 7-19 against the spread in their last 26 road games, 10-26 against the spread in their last 36 games following a loss, and 3-14 against the spread in their last 17 games overall. The Mavericks are 1-4 against the spread in their last 5 home games, 6-19-1 against the spread in their last 26 games against a team with a losing record, and 2-7 against the spread in their last 9 games against a team below .400. Head-to-head, the under is 7-3 in the last 10 meetings in Dallas. The Spurs are 4-1 against the spread in the last 5 meetings in Dallas, and the Spurs are 5-1 against the spread in the last 6 meetings overall. The Spurs could be shorthanded once again as they were missing several key players heading into the break, while the Mavericks are still missing Maxi Kleber and Davis Bertans. Neither of these squads have been good against the number this season. The Spurs have been the coldest team in the league, but despite their obvious struggles, they were good enough to at least hang with the Hornets in their last outing, and I believe that that's what we're going to see here. In no way am I saying the Spurs are going to win this one, but the Mavericks are still a work in progress, and I just don't feel that they should be so heavily favored right now. So the San Antonio Spurs to cover the spread as underdogs is our full game side pick. As a unit, San Antonio is snagging 43 rebounds per contest and has totaled 1,590 dimes for the season, which ranks 4th in the league in terms of passing the ball. The Spurs are shooting 34.1% on shots from distance and 74.7% from the free throw line. They currently have an average of 112 points per game while going 46.9% from the floor. When they are on defense, the Spurs are able to force 14 turnovers per contest while drawing 18.6 personal fouls. They are currently ranked 28th in the league in giving up assists with 1,565 surrendered this year. The Spurs defense is giving up a field goal percentage of 50.9%, and they concede 44.2 boards per game as a team. They give up 39.4% on three-pointers, and they are ranked 30th in the NBA in points per game allowed. As an offensive unit, the Mavericks are connecting on 47.3% from the floor, which is ranked 16th in basketball. Dallas has scored 6,780 points on the year, and they average 38.7 boards per game. They are earning an assist 22.4 times per game, and they lose possession by turning the ball over 12.4 times per contest. The Mavericks commit 20.7 fouls every game, and they connect on 74.9% from the free throw line. The Mavericks are ranked 12th in basketball in points per game surrendered with 112.5. They are forcing 13.5 turnovers on a nightly basis and allow teams to shoot 48.4% from the field. The Dallas defense surrenders 35.1% on three-point shots, and opponents are knocking down 78.4% of their free throw shots. They concede 24.3 dimes and 43.8 rebounds per contest, which ranks 9th and 18th in the league. Under the projected total is our full game total pick. That's all for now, so if you have any other games you would like reviewed, then leave a comment down below with the game you would like analyzed. Subscribe to our channel, leave a like on this video, and we'll get to it as soon as we possibly can. We would also love to hear your opinion on the picks presented to you in this video, whether you agree or disagree with them, so leave a comment down below and do let us know.